Everybody, it is fall weather week on Channel 7. We have a special story coming up at 11 on allergies. Well, we, of course, wanted to pull in our 7 News medical consultant, Dr. Cedrek McFadden, to talk a little bit about this fall allergy season and why, Dr. C, you think it might be maybe worse than usual. What's going on that might make it that way?
Well, the allergies that people experience are primarily influenced by weather-related patterns. And one of the concerns is that do we get that fall frost as soon as we perhaps got it before? There's been a lot of conversation about the weather changes in climate and whether or not that extended growing season might create more or worsened allergies. Fall allergies are generally related to the ragweed, which is we're at the peak of its growth right now. And we also see molds that are released from rotting leaves that you look around, they're starting to happen right now. So all those patterns together create a period where fall allergies are particularly worse and people's senses are going to be heightened, especially in this era of COVID-19.
Yeah, and that brings up a really important question, which is how do you know what you were experiencing is not just your typical allergy symptoms, it may indeed be COVID. What's the difference in the symptoms that can help us to know the difference?
When people have allergies, they may explain or may experience itchy throat, they may have itchy eyes, reddened eyes. In some cases, if that runny nose is persistent, it can lead to some chest tightness, which can make a lot of people get concerned, especially if it's associated with a cough. But if you're not experiencing the atypical symptoms such as the loss of taste or the loss of smell, or you're having GI symptoms, those are probably going to be just your allergies. But if you start having those symptoms, or if you've never experienced asthma-induced coughing or things like that, you're going to want to talk with your doctor to make sure you're not experiencing something else other than just your allergies.
So there, of course, are the over-the-counter options when it comes to medicines for allergies, and then there's the prescription drug option. Which works better, or is there a yes or no answer on that?
Well, to some degree, they all work pretty good. I mean, you think about what happens with the body. It releases these mast cells, release all these compounds that create havoc on the body. And that's really the main trigger of what initiates these allergies. But the antihistamines, those medications that you can buy over the counter, they work pretty good. And they work by blocking the action of the histamine on the cells in your body. So, whether or not you're using one or the other, you're probably getting a good effect. Now, some can create some drowsiness, so you want to pay attention to that. There are some prescription strength medications, such as Singulair, that works a little bit differently. But again, that may work well for some people who may not have relief from the standard over-the-counter medications. But again, it's a good place to start with the over-the-counter medications because, again, they work just as well as some of the prescription strength medications.
And what about these nasal sprays you hear about? I mean, are they a good option? When would you use a nasal spray?
Well, nasal sprays work better before you get exposed to it. So it may take up to 10 days for it to actually get effective within your body. And again, they generally work better before you're exposed. So it can reduce the nasal inflammation or the mucosal swelling that then creates a lot of the mucus that then people have to expel. But they do work great, and there are many on the market that you can buy over the counter and some that you may have to reach with or actually receive with a prescription from your doctor.
And when it comes to allergy shots, at what point in your allergy experience do you say, you know what, I need to try something else? Maybe allergy shots are the answer.
But there's some people where these fall allergies really create havoc. It interrupts their routine, it interrupts their life, especially if you've ever had any severe life-threatening emergency because of your allergies. It's certainly a good time to talk with your doctor about these allergy shots, but it may not be just one shot. There may be a series of those that are necessary because the goal is that we want to basically trick your body into creating that immune response against that allergen. So for people who have severe symptoms that don't respond normally to either the over-the-counter or prescription medications, it may be an option to try to reconfigure your immune system, and allergy shots may be the way to go. So let's talk with your doctor about that.
Well, Dr. Cedrek McFadden, we appreciate you being with us. It is fall weather week, and there's more on
Yes.
allergies tonight at 11. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.